I've been saying for a while that I think this is possibly the best squad that I've put together in a long time in Football Manager. And as we come to the end of this current season, we're going to find out if it's right or wrong, because it is getting very exciting. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to the Liberty Stadium in Swansea. And if you are a first-time visitor, why not subscribe, watch, like and comment. Help the channel to grow and help us to support the very worthwhile cause that you can see scrolling above. Now, I was asked by one of my subscribers about the youth intake, and we have had a little bit of news. We've finally had the youth intake come in, and it doesn't look very good. It's pretty low quality as far as I'm concerned this year, but there are two players who are very, very interesting prospects indeed. Especially this young lad, 15 years old. He's 6'1", centre back. And he already has some nice attributes, and he's got definite potential, and he's someone that we can hopefully develop over the next 6 years or so. And he is fairly professional, so he has a good personality. I think he has all the right attributes to become a good professional for the club. And the other one that we did have a look at was Miguel Macedo, a Portuguese lad who's living in Swansea, and he is a ball-winning midfielder. He's got some good mentals already, and he's pretty good in the air. He's 6'2", and hopefully we can make a good, decent player out of him too. But those are the only two players that that we have actually pretty much had in the youth intake. The rest of it is pretty poor, and I wasn't too happy on seeing that. But some good news is that Vitinho has committed his future to Swansea and has signed a new contract on £135,000 per week, and we're happy to have him. And most importantly, we've got rid of his release clause, so he will be with Swansea next season. And your eyes are not deceiving you in terms of what's happening on the pitch. We are top of the league, and we are 7 points clear of Swansea, of Liverpool, although Liverpool do have a game in hand on us against lowly West Brom. So I guess that they will be 4 points behind us once the game in hand has been completed. But still, to be where we are is absolutely phenomenal, and we should be qualifying for the Champions League this year, because Arsenal in 5th place are 11 points behind us, although they have a couple of games in hand. It's all hotting up here, and we're about to see how good this side really is as we get towards the end of the season. We did have some transfer budget left, a lot of money left, and we have brought in, finally, after 4 years on loan, we've brought in Reece Williams from Liverpool for £11.25 million, and he's a great asset to us, and he will be a very, very good player in the future, I'm sure. He's 24 years old now. Great mentals, very physical player, and brilliant in the air. This season he has an average rating of 7.14. He is doing extremely well, and he is part of our team now. We had to bring him in, and I think 11 million is very cheap for a player of his quality. And then from Sassuolo, we brought in another central defender for 25 million, and his name I can't pronounce, is Alessandro Buongiorno, and he is also a very, very fine player. He's very, very physical player. He has great mentals, and the technicals he has are ideal for playing as a defender, as a ball-playing defender. He can as well play at left back, in an emergency. So he is going to be, I think, a great addition to the squad. But we still have some money left, and we are thinking that seriously that we need to be spending that money before the end of the season, either in looking for a right back, because Clinton Mata is wanted by Sassuolo and Olympique Marseille, and he's 32 years old now, and while we can still get a decent price for him, it might be time to send him out of the door. He's getting on a bit. He has been a good servant to the club, but as you can see, his physicals are starting to fade, and so it's time to cash in on him. And if we can buy a right back before the end of the season, we brought him in for 4.7 million, so let's cash in on him now, and we'll look for a new right back before the season ends and spend the money that we have. The bad news is Youssouf Barassi, having tied down Vitinho. Youssouf Barassi now is wanted by Dortmund, and but he has a release clause of £83 million. But I think we will be looking at extending his contract. I really don't want to lose Barassi. He's taken a while to get himself into the groove, but he's starting to play really well now. So I'd like to see him staying at the club and fulfilling his potential. So he will probably be offered a new contract, as will Malacia, who is our best left back, and we're probably going to offer him, as he's wanted by 3 Italian clubs. He has a release clause of £30.5 million, but I think that we could tempt him to stay with a decent offer and a new contract. So we'll be looking to extend his contract as well. He's a very good fullback, and he will do a very, very good job to us. We don't want to break this squad up as much as we can possibly avoid. We want to keep them together. They are a very, very good squad. In terms of what's been happening on the pitch, well, the last time you were with us, you saw us beating Sheffield United by 2-1 in that very fierce game. And then we beat Everton away by a solitary goal. And this was a poor result against West Ham. At home to West Ham, we absolutely dominated this game and failed to take our chances, and West Ham equalised before the end. Porto in the quarter-final, first leg of the Europa Cup, we absolutely hammered them. 3-0 was flattering to them, and we deserved to win by a lot more. But we're happy with that lead as we go into the second leg. And then we beat Burnley away quite comfortably by 2-0. And this squad is starting to make me believe that we could do something special this season. And so today we have the second leg of the Europa Cup quarter-final, and we have a very much rotated team. Stankovic will start in goal with Mata, Williams, Kotchup and Augustinsson at the back. Ahulu, Grimes, Levitt and Cotterill makes an appearance, and Lavery and Delap. Lavery and Broja will play up front. It's very rotated. It's not a first team by any stretch of the imagination, and so let's go. I'm still pretty confident that with a 3-goal lead, we are going to see us through into the semi-final of the Europa League. And we will either play Lazio or Arsenal in the semi-final, should we hold on to this 3-0 lead. I'll just change it over to key highlights, and let's go. Let's play some football. Let's kick some balls. And it is Williams. Williams finds Cotterill. Cotterill is looking down the right for Clinton Mata. Mata, he looks to get a cross in, but it's gone way over everybody and finds Augustin on the left-hand side. He's looking for Grimes. Grimes to Augustinsson, and the highlight comes to nothing. But it's a good, positive start from Swansea, and we can't ask for any more than that. And here comes Swansea as Cotterill. He finds, and it's found its way into Lavery in the box, and here is Ahulu, and he's looking for Grimes, and Grimes is tackled, but it finds its way to Levitt. And Williams finds himself at right back. What is he doing there? And it makes me feel a bit nervous that Williams has found himself at right back. But here is Cotterill. Cotterill exchanging passes with Williams. It's lovely to see Cotterill getting some starts. And here is Augustinsson put in by Levitt, and Augustinsson chips the goalkeeper, and it is 1-0. It is FC Porto 0, Swansea 1. We are ahead, and it is now 4-0 on aggregate. And that is a perfect start. 5 minutes gone and Swansea are ahead. And brilliant play. Grimes and Brozier contrived to put through Augustinsson, and a sublime little chip, almost as if he was a striker, makes it 1-0 to Swansea. We are on the way. It was clearly onside. Brilliant ball, and Augustinsson's pace took him through, and it is 1-0. And so here is a free kick, and Porto are looking for the corner, and that was very, very close. And still, it's 1-0, and I like to see that clock running down. And Swansea have the ball. Here's Kotchup. He finds Williams to Uhulu. And that's all the way back to Stankovic, who's going to be a great goalkeeper. But that's a poor kick. And here come Porto. Porto looking to play up the right. Can they get a cross in? Yes, they can. And that's headed harmlessly over the bar. And Porto are not as good a team as I thought they were going to be. But our passing at the moment doesn't look very good either. And Porto have found some space down the left. He's looking to come inside. Hazard. And there is a chance, and that's a great save from Stankovic. And Porto are not, even though they're not as good as I thought they might be, we do need to be very, very careful. I'm going to reduce the tempo a little bit, try and hold on to the ball. It all seems a little bit hectic to me. And that corner comes to nothing. And so we just would like to see this out to half-time now, regroup. But Porto have possession again. And they are looking to work it down the left. And this is a bit of a worry how they're... And Porto have equalised. Midget Moura, the smallest guy on the pitch, has out-jumped the fullback on the far side. And Porto are level. And that... I really don't know how he's managed to get that on target and without any pressure on him at all. It is at half-time. Porto 1, Swansea 1. It is not game over yet, and that's what we need to tell them. And come on, Swansea. We need to get off to a good start in the second half, and there's a corner and a great save by the goalkeeper. And almost back in front, but it wasn't to be. And we do have another corner, and Augustinsson is going to take the corner. He fires in the corner, and that is easily dealt with, but it falls to Grimes. Grimes is looking for Levitt. Levitt and Grimes combining. Nice play, and it's all the way back to Theet. Just be patient. We don't need to do anything outrageous. We only need to keep the score as it is, and we are through. And again, Porto are looking to play it down the right-hand side, but that header has gone tamely over the bar. And 68 minutes are gone now. We're going to make some substitutions, and I think pretty much the game is safe, or the tie is safe. 1-1 here at Porto will represent a really good result. And that's a lovely ball over the top to Lavery. Lavery is in. Can Lavery score? And that's a fine save. And Porto survive. But we are still dangerous. And even though we are much more defensive in the second half, we're still a very dangerous team. And there's another corner headed over the bar. I have, as I've said previously, been experimenting this season with far post corners. They're not as effective as near post corners. So I think next season we'll go back to near post corners. And Porto have scored. And it is now, in the 85th minute, Porto 2, Swansea 1. That was a shocker. There was nothing we could do about that. We couldn't see that coming. It was a brilliant goal. Great control, first touch, and a perfect shot curled into the far corner. It is now 2-1 to Porto. We are still in a comfortable position. There's only a few minutes left. Porto will need to score another 2 goals. But there is Williams, and it is game over now. It's Porto 2, Swansea 2. We have finally scored from a corner, and it looks like, to me, it's game over. And Swansea are through, I think now we can say, to the semi-finals, where we will play against Arsenal or Lazio, which I believe is still a draw at the moment and may well go all the way to penalties by the look of it. Both of those sides are very, very good sides, and it's going to be a tough game, whoever we have to play. And here is Adley. Adley to Levitt. Levitt is looking for Brozier, but he's robbed. Adley is back on the ball, and he finds Malacia. Malacia has made it 3-2 to Swansea. And surely now, that is game over. And we are 6-2 up on aggregate, and there's no way back now for FC Porto. It is definitely game over. Lavry fed Adley, who put in Malacia, and that was just a little side foot into the near post. And it is now 3-2 to Swansea. That is definitely game over. We are deep into stoppage time now. Swansea have possession, and we're looking for Lavry, but that's a very good interception by Porto, and they're looking to bring it down the right. Is there a final twist in this game? As Porto bring it down the right, can he get a cross in? Yes, he can, and there's a chance, and great save again by Stankovic, and the danger has gone temporarily. But Porto are still coming forward, and they are looking to mount attack after attack, but we've cleared that up. And that's a good header, and that finds Lavry. Lavry is looking to bring it forward. Can we score again? Here is Adley. Adley is bursting up the field, and he's looking for Brozier, and that is blasted over the bar. And the score remains Porto 2, Swansea 3, and we are now very much waiting for the full-time whistle so we can go and celebrate and find out who we're going to be playing in the semi-final. But Porto are not finished yet. They are still keeping possession. They're still trying to find a way through. But the job is done. There is no way back now. We can just relax and enjoy until the final whistle, because there is no way back for them. And here come Porto. Oh, and he's skipped past his man, and he's turned and he's looked back, but Porto's still pressing us, still looking for an opportunity, and they do have one. They have scored. Porto have equalised right at the death. It makes absolutely no difference. It's just sad that we didn't win the match, that we drew the match, but overall we were the better team over the 2 legs, and 3-3, that's fine. Aggregate of 6-3 over the whole tie. We'll take that. It's been an absolutely fabulous day, and we're looking forward to the semi-final, and we're just about to find out who we are going to play. And we are going to be playing Arsenal. They have beaten Lazio on penalties, and that's going to be tough, but it would have been tough if whichever team that we got in the semi-final. We have had good success against Arsenal this season, and so why not? Why shouldn't we have a chance? And I'm starting to believe this team is capable of doing anything. And I think what we might do is just, in the next episode, just show the 2 legs of the Europa League semi-final. And then we'll finish the season off at Brighton. And in what is going to be a very exciting climax to the season. But before all that, we do have a big game against Manchester United, and a win against Manchester United here will be a big statement to the rest of the following pack. And in goal we have Lewis Jr., Mela, Williams, Feet and Malacia at the back, El Neni, Maggio, Adley and Hannibal in midfield, with Barassi and Vitinha up front. A win today against Manchester United and the other teams around us will have to take us very, very seriously. We still are ahead in the Premier League. Excuse me, I'm getting too excited here and a bit hoarse. And a win here today against Manchester United will take us even further clear. As Adley with a free kick, and that is a chance, and we've hit the bar, but it comes back out to Adley. Adley looks for Magyar inside to Thiek, and Hannibal has a shot that's blocked, and that goes harmlessly out for a corner, but we are still on the attack. The first highlight is with Swansea, and Adley swings in the corner, and that's headed clear. It should be picked up by Magyar, and Magyar picks it up. He looks inside once again for Thiek. Thiek just cruising down the left-hand side. What is he doing there? And I'm not quite sure. He can play at left-back, but now he's totally out of position, and I'm not too happy with him drifting outside. And at half-time, it is a very tame game. It's 0-0. We need to take our chances. We have dominated the game. We've been the better team. And Manchester United, though, have a chance. And that's easily intercepted. And a long ball forward. Again, this is not good. And from Junior. But Sancho is through, and he's fired it straight at Junior. And we have survived. That was a big chance for Manchester United. We've actually been the better team. And hopefully we can get something towards the end of this game. Junior claims that corner with ease. Still Swansea 0, Manchester United 0, but we have a free kick. And in a game that we've absolutely dominated Manchester United, one of these surely must go in. And here is Adley. And he has hit the post too, the outside of the post with his free kick. And is it going to be one of those days? Please tell me no. This could set us like 8 points clear at the top if we could just get the result here. But here come Manchester United. Wan-Bissaka's breaking down the right. Can he get his cross in? Yes, he can. And Van der Beek with a chance. And it's ricocheting about, and it's gone in off Williams. We are behind to Manchester United. What a disaster at the back. Partly my fault. I didn't react quickly enough to Donny van der Beek coming on, and he created havoc in the penalty area. It ricocheted about, and finally it bounced off Williams and into the back of the net. We have no choice now but than to go attacking. We really have to become a lot more positive and try and put one of our chances away, if not more. We have 20 minutes left to try and save this game. Thiek finds Grimes. He's looking for El Neni, and El Neni finds Barassi, and Adley picks up the ball. Adley is through, and there's a shot, and David De Gea makes a great save. And again, chance after chance we've had here, and we are not putting them away, and now we've given away a free kick. As we come up to the last 10 minutes of the game, is it just going to be the beginning of the end? As Grimes finds Adley. We do need to get a point here. If we are going to maintain our challenge, we need at least a point. Augustinson finds Grimes. He finds Adley to El Neni. It's total Swansea. We have absolutely dominated this game. And how we are a goal behind, I absolutely don't know. This is very, very unkind. But there's a ball into the box, and again, no one can get on the end of it. And Thiek picks it up, and it comes to nothing. It is coming up now to full time. It does appear that the game is gone, as Manchester United have a free kick. And again, Junior claims the header as we look for maybe one last breakaway. And here is Broja is looking for Barassi. Barassi finds space. Can he do something with it? He gets a cross in, and Broja has made it 1-1. And right at the death in the 94th minute, it is now Swansea 1, Manchester United 1. An absolute belter of a goal from Brozier. He fed Barassi, continued his run, and what a strike into the corner past a hair. And we deserve that. We have totally dominated this game, as you can see by the XG. And I'm just going to say to the boys, they were really unlucky. But we are still 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League. And even though Liverpool have a game in hand, if we just keep winning and keep going now for the rest of the season, then things will be starting to look really exciting for me, or nerve-wracking. We will come back for both legs of the Arsenal tie in the semi-final of the Europa League, and that will be the next episode. So we'll play Blackburn first, and then we'll come back for home and away against Arsenal, and hopefully we can make the final. And that's it for this video. If you've enjoyed it and you're new to the channel, then why not subscribe, watch, like and comment. Help the channel to grow and help us to support the very worthwhile cause you can see scrolling above. And all that remains to be said now is wish us luck, and we'll see you at Arsenal for the first leg of the semi-final. And hopefully we'll see you there.